Hello, thank you for joining me. What I will focus on in this video is how to write the equation of a line when they give me a point that the line goes through and they hide the slope and telling me that my line is perpendicular to another line. Now recall, to write the equation of a line, this outline you can use every time. So we can find our slope, find a point, and then substitute that into the point slope form. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. And I prefer this method because it helps really keep everything organized. So first of all, our slope. I read the problem and see if they just handed me the slope. And they didn't hand me the slope in this one, but they did tell me that my line is to be perpendicular to this line 3x minus 2y is equal to 8. So then, remembering things about perpendicular lines, we had that if you have perpendicular lines, the slopes of those two lines are opposite in sign and reciprocals. So to find my slope, I will need to find the slope of that line, take the opposite in sign and reciprocal of that slope because my line's to be perpendicular to that one, and then that will be how I find my slope. So let's do the slope work off to the side. You want your overall problem to be front and center, but any work that you need, supporting work, to do off to the side and then bring it in. So our slope work, we want to be perpendicular to this 3x plus 2y is equal to 8. Well, how do we find the slope of that line? We need to solve for y to put it in slope-intercept form, and then the coefficient in front of the x once we've solved for y will be that line slope. So we'll subtract 3x from both sides. We get 2y is equal to negative 3x plus 8. Divide both sides by 2, and we get y is equal to negative 3/2 x plus 4. So the slope of this line is negative 3/2. So our slope, and always make sure you read what you're supposed to have in reference to that, because if it says parallel, you use the same slope as that line. But if it's perpendicular, which ours is, we need to change the sign. So since that's minus, will be plus, and reciprocal. So positive 2/3 is our slope. Okay, now what about the point? Well, they gave me that my line contains the point negative 6, 2. So our x sub 1, y sub 1 is negative 6 for the x sub 1 coordinate and 2 for the y sub 1 coordinate. And now we are just going to substitute that information in. So I have y minus, substitute for the subscripted y. So take out the y sub 1, put in 2, is equal to, my slope is 2/3 times x minus x sub 1 is the x coordinate of my point, negative 6. So I have y minus 2 is equal to 2/3 times x plus 6. It's always good to take care of those double negatives first. Distribute. So y minus 2 is equal to 2/3 x, and then plus 2/3 times 6 is 12/3 or 4. And then add 2 to both sides. I get y is equal to 2/3 x plus 6. And that is the equation of the line that is perpendicular to 3x plus 2y equals 8, and that goes to the point negative 6, 2. Well, thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this video to be helpful.